Nigeria, my fatherland. When I was a little boy, we used to sing, "Alright, so come Petrois." Every tribe and every tongue, we used to live in peace and harmony. Oh, 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 oh. With one voice, with one love, with one strength, we used to live. Nigeria, giants of Africa. I remember the north.
Welcome back to your exciting program, Flip This Morning. And moving on, we'll be talking about the main focus of the day, which is the aftermath of the 2023 general elections. So we're looking at the lessons learned and the way forward. Right now, the elections is almost over. Though some states are still having inconclusive election, they are still, they'll still do a kind of rerun in some states as well. But so far, so we can say 90-95% the election is almost over now. We are now seeing the winners, the losers, agitations here and there, congratulatory messages here and there. The tension is still everywhere, and emotions are still flying high. So now we'll be looking at the aftermath, the pros, the cons, what to look up to, what to foresee, what to kind of forecast after this governorship and presidential and House of Assembly election as well. So what do you think about the outcome and the aftermath of the election as well?
Well, we waited for the election to come, and the election came, though there were pockets of violence in some places, and here we are today. Even though the places where we felt that, oh, this is the winner, will not get to hear inconclusive. Yeah. Sometimes I tend to ask, what is this inconclusive about? Could it be that, okay, some polling units or some local governments, there were no election conducted there, or because the ruling party in that state is losing and then they just declare inconclusive? Okay, let's take a look at what this man said.
Which man?
Fouls the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yes. When Sanwo-Olu was celebrating and then his appreciation messages to the Lagosians and all of that, Fouls said something. He said, "We didn't re-elect you. You selected yourself." Looking at that alone, I was like, really? But I am quite sure that some people didn't see Sanwo-Olu winning the governorship election, being re-elected. Yeah. As a matter of fact. And, we all saw what happened in Lagos State, here and there. If you're not voting for this party, better go to your house and all of that. Even when MC Oluomo came out to say things, at the end of the day, the police even said he didn't mean bad. This is not what he meant to say.
He said we should take his comment as a joke.
Wow. As a joke. Okay, now, I saw something. Remember a particular polling unit in Lagos State, I've forgotten the area, where a girl, she made a post on her Instagram page. She said, I just a policeman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then people are not like, a lot of posts, and she's an Igbo girl. Her name is Ijoma. People are not like, they need to arrest her. Why would she do this? And she's coming out on social media to come and say it boldly. This is it's not the tribalistic whatever we are talking about. They need to arrest her. And then she also now made a post and said, when M. Oluomo said, if you're not voting for APC, don't come out. He came out to say it was a joke. Please also take my tweet
as a joke.
As a joke.
I actually saw that tweet. And someone actually replied the tweet like, she can even say that our account was being hacked by someone else. So, everything is just as if we are joking here. All right, the phone lines are on. You can be part of this program by dropping your comment, and you can also call in. We have our analyst on standby, Mr. Christian Chukwu. He'll be joining us on the program, and he will be talking about the aftermath of the elections. Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Christian.
Mr. Christian Chukwu, hope you had a wonderful night rest.
Yeah, we thank God. I was awake looking at the elections. I was monitoring elections, and I was somehow disappointed. Not too good news.
All right, Mr. Chukwu, we are talking about the aftermath of the 2023 elections. What are the lessons learned and the way forward right now?
The election so far, the lessons learned, I will take it from this perspective. We've learned that there are people who have been involved in electoral malpractices for years, and the PVAS and the technology, the Electoral Act, have exposed all that. You can see the elections that have been conducted, whereby INEC had to buy time so as to find a way to make sure they announce results later than expected. And also other things is that now the power, the voting power that is accrued to the people, we've understood, like somebody said that for years, the ballot snatching and the electoral malpractice have been going on, but the PVAS technology exposed all the atrocities in daylight. You can see videos of ballot snatching, videos of where electoral officials verbally will tell you that they are not going to upload results. In Abia State, 82,000 voters in Obingwa manufactured. The INEC electoral officer in that election came and said that they must go back to the PVAS. Without the PVAS, they cannot call the result. If not, if we like before, they have not had any other thing to talk about the election.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, I really want to ask this question. You know, the Ondo State governor, that's Rotimi Akeredolu, he said your service must reflect interest of people. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, now people are going to be looking at performance now. Ibadan Makinde, the governor of the Ibadan, yes, Oyo State governor-elect, or is the governor now. No. His works preceded him. All the political parties supported him. And if you are not going to work in the next 4 years, you will see that you will not be popular. People are going for personalities now. We are shifting away from party to personality. Even you're a president, you're a governor, you're a local government chairman, you're a councillor, and you don't put your hands to work, we don't see evidently what you're doing. I think Sonlu, however, escaped that onslaught from voters. Now he will try as much as he can to work. So I think what has changed is that people will want to work and show evidence of their work so as to get re-elected.
Okay, some set of the masses are saying that the voting power is now on the people, but the deciding power is still with the elite. What can you say about that?
Yes, it will get to a point whereby it's a gradual process. The voting power is with the people, deciding power with the elite. Somebody said that the person that wants to rig the election, he's so mad that he wants to do anything to rig the election. But if the people would be as mad as those that want to rig the election, then we'll get to the point whereby we'll decide who becomes our president, our governor. You can see in Rivers State, despite all the fact that the Labour Party and other parties had to come together to find a way to dislodge the ruling party, PDP still won. In Delta State, whereby it looked like current governor is unpopular, PDP won. And other states such as that, they will vote, and at the other end, it's going to be manipulated. But until the voters get as mad as those that are going to rig, then I think there will be a change. Already, power resides in voters. We know that for sure. But the deciders are those that are at the top.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at what happened in Adamawa State. You know, being a woman, I was so excited yesterday when I heard the news that a woman won the governorship election in Adamawa State. And now we're hearing a report that the election has been declared inconclusive because because of the opposition party. So what do you have to say about that?
What happened was that people were carried away by the fact that she was leading at first. The other local governments that they didn't declare, they had not declared at that point in time. And I think rejecting too early might be a tactic for your opposition to use it against you. The other local government was what was used to get the victory for Fintri. That's the current governor of Adamawa State. So I was even shocked. Even in Adamawa State, they were rejoicing at in Kaduna State, they were rejoicing that the PDP governor was in the lead. All of a sudden, early in the morning, we found out that they announced the APC governorship candidate, Sani. So what I would say about us is that the magic that is being perpetrated in this election is something that we need to go and understudy, and let's know the processes, let's know what is happening at the back door, let's know how these people are operating, let's understudy INEC in our universities, understudy INEC and other government institutions in our schools and in our places of learning. So let's understand how they work, because if we don't understand how they work, they are still going to carry out some of these malicious acts.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so what can you say about our voter suppression, as we have seen it in various states in the federation, across the federation? What can you say about voter suppression?
For voter suppression, I believe that Nigerians have not really understood the power of their vote. If you understand the value of what you have, you defend it. That's why we find it difficult to defend it to the last. So our vote has power. And voter suppression, we know that when evil is on the throne, they will do everything to suppress everybody. They don't care whether people die, whether persons are hungry. You can see the COVID-19. Almost all the governors hit palliatives, despite the fact that people were going through hunger. You can see the kind of leaders we have. So they can do anything for voters to suppress voters until voters understand their power and come together with a common goal and one voice, irrespective of your tribe, religion, which they have used over the years to divide and rule the voter. If we come together with one voice, north, west, east, and south, there's nothing we cannot achieve. That is when we have good leadership. And again, we have illiterates, ignorant and uneducated persons holding voters card, and these are the people that will spoil or bust and serve for the gallery of people that really know what they are doing. So until we find a way whereby we can educate voters and make sure that the literacy level of a voter that has a PVC is at par with knowing what to do at a point in time, know who a good leader is, knowing how to identify an elephant project and a real one, knowing how to identify a politician that is lying, a politician that is deceiving, knowing how to identify when a politician wants to use tribe and religion. On behalf of voters that really understand all these indices, I think there will still be voter suppression. Imagine somebody will tell you that this is happening here. They will tell you, I go and file it in paper. People are dying here. Voter suppression is here. Somebody has taken a ballot box. The INEC official will tell you that go and put it in paper. Now, if you are the INEC official himself, if he's going on the road and probably he has an accident and he calls the doctor, well, if the doctor tells him how to go and put it in paper, how does he feel? So there's many things that people need to understand, that this voter suppression will not end until we are all aware of the indices and all the way INEC operates.
All right. Looking at the aftermath of the election, or during the governorship election, we saw pockets of violence in states like Lagos and Rivers, Ogun State, and all. So, and then at the end of the day, we also saw a result. A 26-year-old lady winning a state house of assembly in Kwara State. So my question there is this: if she wasn't in APC as a political party, do you think she would have won?
Let's get the facts straight. Like I said, we need voter education. When you say not too young to rule, the politicians have children, so they will project their children as not too young to rule. So if you are looking at the child of a politician, get as young as he is on sitting, they will bring that to our face and tell us that, you see the progress you are making. But it is until the child of a nobody will have access to have the wherewithal to get a form and contest. That's when we'll be talking about all these their shenanigans they are talking about. You can see most politicians fronting their children. Every child is in House of Representatives. Most of them, Delta governor, his child won House of Assembly, their children are the ones they are fronting. When they rule the elite, when they rule us, their children will in turn come out to rule. So all those things, I'm not moved by all those reports that they have.
Okay. What about what's his name? Chimaroke Nnamani. He has dumped PDP after he lost to a Labour Party candidate in Enugu State. And also there was speculation that before now he has always been in support of the president-elect, Bola Tinubu.
No, it is democracy. You can support any person you like. But one thing I hate is when he has been there for 23 years. He was a governor and has been there for 23 years. And he doesn't want to leave power, despite the fact that we have not really seen most things he have done in that his constituency. Now, the ambition led to the death of the Labour Party candidate. So what I'm saying here is that people shouldn't see power as a means to an end. They should see power as a means to serve people. Like Jonathan said, you cannot kill us and want to lead us. You see, most of these persons, they are freakish. Sorry, they are tricky. They are deceptive. They want to stay in power for as long as they can. You see, in Abuja, the man that was unseated by Labour Party woman there, they have been there for over 20 years. So we have Bajabiamila that have been there, let's say 16. Faleke has been there for more than 20 years. How would you look at this? They want to take it as if it's a hereditary thing, something that is their lineage. Like I said before, after they finish, they front their children, politicians for their children. So it is whatever they are trying to do. For me, I don't see it as something that is for the masses. No matter what they can say, the English they can speak, what they can try to paint, it is not for the masses. Staying longer in power is something else.
Okay, moving on quickly. For the fact that there was voter suppression, and a particular pastor came out to say that the PVC is the most useless thing. So can we actually agree that the pastor is actually, towing the path of the truth?
How many policemen?
Okay. When you have a boat that does not have a compass, like a radar, that thing that you used to pilot it from north, west, south, so that you can know where you are, it is useless. The boat is useless. You being able is useless. You might not, you won't know where you're going to. But we have a boat that has that thing that you use to control. That means we know where you're going to. The system Nigeria operates renders the PVC useless. The system we are operating renders it useless. Why would somebody come out and say, if you are not voting for a particular party, don't come out and vote? And if you come out and vote, they brutalize you. The police won't say anything. The powers that be, the government in power won't say anything, just because somebody has an interest. Now, what is not the essence of you having that PVC? When at the end of the day you get that PVC, you cannot come out and vote. And now you vote, somebody is ready, stand by at a place to rewrite the results and announce anything and tell you to go to court. So where's the essence of the PVC? PVC has power, but it's useless when we have a system that we have in Nigeria.
All right, on the last one here, so what's the way forward? We have court cases concerning the presidential results, and I think there would be more due to the fact that some people are still not satisfied with the result of the governorship election in different states. So what is the way forward now, and how can Nigerians actually move on from the aftermath of the governorship elections?
Never back down is what I would say. Let's start as much as we can. Build bridges. Let's start educating ourselves politically. Let's start building bridges of political alignment amongst the youth. Let's put ourselves together. Let's become a team to really withstand the evil that we have in government. Let's come together. Let's encourage ourselves. Those that voted, let's encourage them that they have done better. Let's try and encourage ourselves, because many are depressed at this point in time. Many, you can see the videos of persons tearing their passport, whether it is expired or not. For the sign of tearing passports just shows that people are tired of the country. So let's try as much as we can build bridges. Build bridges, come as a formidable team, then we can withstand the power that be. And looking at the court cases, we are just waiting for the judiciary to explain to us in their own terms what happened in the election. Whatever you do as a person, the court is the best person, is the person that is in the best position to explain to you what is right or wrong. Anything the court say is law. So we are waiting. Let's follow through the process. Let's see what happens. Whether the court is in tandem with what the people are saying or what a certain persons are saying. Although there are suspicions that the court may be bought, but let's just cross our hand and wait. But after that, whatever happens, we can still get a good thing from the current status quo by embracing the outcome of this election and make sure we have a plan for ourselves on the way to move forward so as to dislodge whatever system that is infecting the country from moving forward.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Christian Chukwu. It's very good to have you this morning. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, honestly, like this election, right? You know, at some point, my heart was skipping, you know, because we have no other country other than Nigeria.
Yeah.
And irrespective, even if everybody decides to run, everybody cannot go away.
Nobody.
There must be people left here, you know. But the funny thing is that these our governors and the president, you know, there's something they are forgetting. See, when the people are not behind you, who are you going to serve or who are you going to lead? Because most of them, they don't really believe, they don't want to serve. They don't believe in serving.
Yeah.
I did say something yesterday that while you're waiting, do what waiters do. What do waiters do?
They serve.
They serve. So if you're not willing to serve, so I don't know what you're doing in that seat of power. Because first of all, you were a servant before you were a leader.
Yeah.
You know. So, but in Nigeria, I honestly don't know what is happening. But we believe that something good will definitely come out at the end of the day.
Yeah, something good will definitely come out for those who actually, you know, persist, who don't give up.
People are living, youths are living on like every day. You know, when you enter social media, you get to see some things. You know, I'm on TikTok, and I see a lot of people, like, they will make videos snapping their passport, and you see captions. You see that sometimes I'd be like, how many people can't remain for Nigeria like this? Because everybody just the jackpot. You understand? Everybody is living. Most people are living. You know. You just wake up one morning, someone that you greeted yesterday, you're not here, is in UK.
Is in UK, is in Canada.
Is in Canada. You know, UK and Canada. Someone actually said that UK universities now like Unilag.
I actually saw a particular video where the lecturer or something was calling the attendance name. And the lecturer mentioned about 25 names. And I was hearing Yoruba name, Igbo name. I was just like, is this an affiliated university? Maybe a Nigerian university in UK.
Can I tell you something? Because nobody wants to go on strike anymore. Nobody wants this strike to affect them. Imagine students staying at home last year for more than almost 8 months. Yeah. You know, and then they call of the strike, and even lecturers that the whole thing we affected. You see them rigging elections for politicians.
Well, you know, lecturers will actually fail students for examination malpractice, but some would assist politicians, you know, for electoral malpractice.
A Nigerian singer, that's Simi Adekunle Goat's wife. She made a post yesterday. She said she called INEC out. She was like, 300 billion naira. You said you used to purchase electoral materials. Yeah. So what is it not better? It could have been better that you use this money to build hospital. You create social amenities for the people, other than you wasted this money. Then what you would have done is just point finger. Just point finger. You are the person that we want to be in on this seat. So go. Then use the money to build what everybody can see. Other than wasting 300 whopping billion naira for something that at the end of the day you already know what you want to do. Okay, the president came out to say something even before the governorship election. He said that APC will retain power in most of the states. How did you get to know about that? Because you can't possibly tell me that you are in the people's mind. You know what the people can do. You know, there's something they used to say in my language that our heart is like bag. Everybody's carrying their own. Of course. You know, you can't just come out and make a general statement, and then at the end of the day, we'll not see what you said playing out. So that means there was a calculated attempt or a calculated whatever before the election. Wow.
Well. Moving on, we just have to, you know, the election is over now. Before the election, and there's a particular thing I would like to talk about for this election. Before the election, I think the youth, you know, we were more or less like together, closely knitted. And now, during the election and after the election now, so many of us have allowed ethnic interests to get in between us. Some people. Yes. I saw a post whereby a woman, a hairdresser, she's a hairstylist. She posted something about the Igbos, and she has so many Igbo customers. And one of our customers just said, so you are among them. So you are part of these people. No problem. Now she would have lost so many customers like that.
See, this is just common sense, all right? I usually say this. When you go to the hospital, you're dying and you're being rushed to the hospital. Once the doctor comes, you will not be like, sorry, please, before you touch me, which tribe are you? You will not do that. Your problem is, please, just do what you can. I need to be okay. You understand? And you go to markets, you don't ask mama that is selling fish, I beg, are you Yoruba or your Igbo before you get fish? You need fish that you need fish. You buy what you want to buy and you go to your house. But then when it's election period, we just allow ourselves like that.
To be divided.
You know, forgetting that these our dear loved politicians, that God will bless them very well anyways. You know, they have their children in the States.
Yeah.
You know, the only time you will see them now, let's swear in.
You would see their extended family.
Materials have been bought already, of course you know.
Yeah.
You know, you see them flying agbada, everything together, they will celebrate, and after the celebration, pia, they will tuama. You know, stuff like that. So I
even think one particular presidential candidate now is now back to Dubai.
Interesting.
You know, just like he used to come back every 4 years to vie for a position.
You know, our first lady, God bless her, Aisha Buhari, you know, she's a very good woman.
Yeah.
You know, she said we should accept the outcome of the presidential election, that it is the will of God. And then the Labour Party presidential candidates replied her.
That.
You know, I wouldn't want to talk about the reply, though, just leave it that way. But honestly speaking, you know, sometimes we just see everything, that is how God wants it. Oh my goodness. Do you know how that statement, it drives me nuts. How can you say that is how God wants it? You know, you go out from your house, you have an accident, then they amputate your leg, you now say
that's how
God wants it. Can you imagine that kind of statement? Honestly, we need to wake up in this country.
Yeah, we need to wake up. Still looking at the way forward as well. We have different court cases, and like, do we have comment?
No, please. I want to urge our viewers. We have a good number of people watching. Please drop your opinion on the comment section. We want to know, what do you think should be the fate of Nigerians at the moment? Because most of the Nigerian citizens, their hope were trashed in the West Bay. You know, some of them voted, and at the end of the day, their vote didn't count. So what are we supposed to be expecting at this point? Yesterday, we had a caller, Mr. Samson, right? I asked him a question yesterday. You know, before the governorship election, we had one of the governorship aspirants, who is also a sitting governor, you know, in Lagos State, of course, he was almost in everywhere.
Yeah,
we saw him at mall.
You know, like
we saw him in salons. We actually saw a video where he was helping a woman to roll her hair, and then he even, you know, someone made a video. I was like, come, I'm having club this night. Come to the club, and then. I was shocked that he went to the club. Now the question is, what are we supposed to expect? You know, and I did like what the guy said yesterday. One thing they should do is they should try to be answerable to the people. They should be accountable. Accountable, yes, thank you for that. Well, that's the word. They should be accountable to the people, and not after you've gotten what you want, you know, disappear into the thin air. And when things are happening, let's say there is a building collapse somewhere, we are not praying for that anymore, because a lot of buildings have already collapsed in Lagos. I wonder how many is remaining.
Yeah, we're not actually praying for that, but you know, you can't. There are some things that would surely happen at times. Disaster. You don't even. You have to be what's it called? You have to be proactive. You see, we have to prevent all these things from happening. But when it happens, eventually, we have to take swift response.
Mind you, do you know that what they call them again? Is it NANs? No, it's not NANs. The people that are in charge of what's it called? Flood and all of that. What they call them again? NEMA.
NEMA.
Okay. NEMA have said, yeah, that should be NEMA, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, they've come out to say that there will be a lot of flooding in this year, 2023. You know, that statement or that information was passed. That should be about 2 weeks now. And then they've given the information now. So I want to ask, what is our leaders doing? At the end of the day, you now hear that we were not informed.
Yeah, just like the
Cameroon last day on was disastrous. A lot of people were affected in states like Rivers, Benue.
Yeah,
you know, that's and Abuja too. Even Lagos here. Even though we eventually at the end of the day we heard that the flood did not really affect Lagosians and all. Okay, we have a feedback already. Thank you so much, Prince Pod. We don't really know if you're male or female, but thank you so much for joining us. He said, hospital and medication that could save a life is not available. Person by God wants it. Bad roads caused accidents. God wants it. Do we have a different God in Africa. Wow.
Well, I know that there is God, but what a man would do for himself, God won't come down to do it for him or her. No matter how you pray to God, you fast, you pray, you do everything, and you don't go out, you pray to God that you need a job, and you sit down
in your house,
room,
you know,
doing TikTok. You don't go out. You didn't write any letter to any company. You didn't even go to any place to acquire a skill.
You didn't submit application anywhere.
You didn't submit application anywhere, and you're expecting the job. How do you want to get the job?
You know, yes. You know,
and there's this part of the scripture in the Bible that says that God will bless you through the work of your hand. You don't have a skill, you don't have a job, you don't have anything, you don't have a certificate, and you are praying for money.
He will bless your idleness.
He will bless your idleness now. So there's no way. He has to bless something in you.
Please, we need you to drop your comments on the comment section. You can call in. There's a number there that you can reach us with. Let's know your opinion. Let's know if you are on the same page or with us or the other page. You know, we need to know what you think. The aftermath of the election, what should people expect? And all of that.
Yeah, what are you personally expecting, and what should people do? I think those people that have been elected now, they should be more accountable to, even if they had won their re-election or election bid, either by hook or by crook. They should make sure that they deliver. Because I'm looking at something. There are some people in the House of Assembly, both the state and national House of Assembly, that have been there for the past 16 to 20 years. And if you go to their constituency, you can't see a particular project that they've done. Not even one project that they've done in their constituency.
You know, sometimes.
And we shift the blame to the overall commander-in-chief of the armed forces, the president. Whereas the president would have allocated some amount of money to different states. The governor will now, you know, take it down to the local government chairman and also, the State House of Assembly, the people there. But these people actually failed. And when they fail, we attribute the failure to the governor. We attribute it to the president, which is not supposed to be so. So I think if all of them, if they're actually, performing their duties, if they're actually serving like they should be doing, and not finding a way to actually, embezzle funds, misappropriate funds, or something like that, I think they would, we would have a better society.
See, the truth is that most of our leaders don't really know the reason why they are there. You know, some of them just want to get into the power, make it be safe.
No, I think they have a reason, but the reason is
not
personal.
All.
Personal
not
reason.
Not all. Okay, personal reasons, right?
You know, after you spend billions to, rig election, you settle boys, you can't go there and serve the people. You go there and serve your pocket.
Oh, thank you. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay, we have a feedback here too. Principal said, secondly, I never knew those in Kano were enslaved by the ex-governor and his Sharia laws. You could see raw joy in the hearts and faces of his citizens after the elections. Honestly, I want to talk about that. You know, someone made a post yesterday. The person said, when the choice of the people, when the people's choice wins, you will see joy everywhere. You know, like NNPP candidate, what's his name again? The person that Kwankwaso brought, I've forgotten his name actually. You know, he won the election and there was joy. The joy on the street, even when he was declared the winner at the Collection Center, I saw, like, you could hear screaming. Unlike some states that we know, a particular candidate is being declared winner and everywhere just absolute tranquility.
Died,
you know,
like morning face.
All right, you can still drop your comments.
All right, you can as well hit the like button. Hit the like button to do well for the channel as well as we round up as we come to the end.
We have Godwin Nwezama. He said, "How are you, my guys? We are doing perfectly well.
You're fine, Mr.
Yes,
Godwin,
if you observe the election or if you are in Nigeria and you witness the election, please let's know what you think. Because as we are still waiting for River State's result, as a matter of fact, and we don't even know. You know, someone says something, say a result that is supposed to come out in the eve of the election or a day after. If the result stays for 2 days, just know that something is happening.
Something is happening.
There is one magic they are trying to do. You know, just like what happened in Abia State. Alex Oti, it was obvious that the win was just there, and now they are trying to. They are doing a lot of things right now. Okay, we have a comment here. Nwachuku Chimobi said, "My brother and sister, I don't have anything to say about Nigeria. The only thing that I will say is that you see that country called Nigeria, na scam, believe me." Nigeria is not actually a scam, but just that
more of would I say a negative comment or not so good comment about the election. We are not really seeing more positive comment like, okay, the election was good, it was fine. I think it says a lot about the system of Nigeria. Some people are now tearing their Nigerian passports.
Tearing.
They don't even want to come back.
Okay, those outside the country.
Those
So what
outside the
happens to
country.
those of us that are still here? You know, but the truth is we can't stop believing God for our country. The only challenge I think that we have is we've not really been blessed with good leadership. Apart from one president who actually led Nigeria, who did well, but you know,
He didn't stay too long.
he didn't stay too long, and
But personally, the lessons I personally learned for this election is just that there's something in Yoruba is called arodon.
okay.
If a mother, let's say a mother or a father wants to, would I say, deceive his child, like, okay, go and bring this thing, go and collect arodon from this person. That arodon is like imaginary stuff. You don't go there to collect anything from that person. The person will now send it to another person. That, okay, this thing is with another person. They'll not keep on, you know. It's like go and collect your PVCs. It's sounding that manner. So you go to collect your PVCs, then you come to the polling unit and they tell you if you're not voting for this party, you cannot vote, or you should go home or go back to your state. So that is a kind of deceit to the people. So from there, some people have learned that the PVC is next to nothing when it comes to deciding who the next governor or president will be. That's one thing. Another thing I learned again is that it's not as if there is no, the God factor is not there, but Nigerians we should first of all put the human factor first. And what I learned again, the third thing that I learned is that we have to learn how to play the game like the people who are winning in the game. If we don't learn how to, if we don't master the system, you won't know how to twerk the system to favor yourself, to favor you. Even if you're going there to serve the people, and you know that if you come with clean hands, you will not win election. Then why don't you play the way other people are playing to win the election? Then get to that seat of power and serve the people. So I think to some extent the youth, we were more emotional than logical for this election. And it will in the next 1 year, 2 years, some people will lose interest totally.
You know, when I hear that the youths were more emotional than being logical, I did say something to you once. Who made us emotional? Why did we end up being in this emotional state? You know, because of the things, the environment, and the things that our environment brought to us and the things that it taught us. We have other feedbacks here, though. We have Principal, he said, Abia State victory is another definition of true joy. Never give up. You know, but Oti never gave up. But then I just really wish that they actually did, because I've not really heard that they've declared him the winner of that election. Because a lot of things are happening underneath, whereby they're manufacturing votes. The sitting governor, Okeze Ikpazo, who is from Obingwa, local government area of Abia State, you know, we saw manipulation of results coming out from that area as well. We also have a feedback here from Principal. Thank you so much. We are enjoying your comments. He said that your state is another. You can't hide true victory.
Oh, you
of
can't
course.
hide the victory.
Shey Makinde, he did well.
Yeah.
He did well, yeah. We also have a feedback here. Pet Olu says, yes, I did the same. Tear my passport. I beg, make not the tear passport.
I beg.
Honestly,
there's no place we can run to.
Let's be optimistic. Nigeria. You know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I know you will attack me.
Why person will carry light, go put for end of tunnel?
I knew you would.
You know people light for beginning of tunnel, you carry and go put down for end of tunnel.
Okay, make una way dey there. Never year on a passport. Okay, never see on a passport to see visa interim. Japa and never return. We have lost hope in that country. There's still hope, my opinion. Germany pay my 3 kids €750 monthly for child support. Wow. I don't know we'll get to that point in our country though. Never seen a passport, so system of thuggery, evil country, zoo. I don't know.
Well, very soon, you know, maybe next 10, 20, and 30 years, Nigeria will get better. One day, probably when I become president, you know, all those things, I've been noting it. All the child support, you know, everything. All right,
see, you don't really have to wait until you become the president. We need to pray and believe God for our country. And the truth there is, no, these people that are already there, you never can tell. You never can tell. They might do well. They might do well. Do you understand? But the thing there is, even if the Messiah, whoever that we think is the Messiah enters there, we can't say, oh, this is the person.
All right, we have a caller here. We have a caller, Mr. Sampson.
The Samson of yesterday? Nice.
Good morning, Mr. Sampson. Hello. Good morning, Mr. Sampson. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So
So,
we're talking about the lessons learned after the 2023 election and what are the way forward.
what are the way forward? Okay. One of the lessons learned is, Nigerians were so, I think we are rigid in the adaptation of new technology. And I think we tend to incline to the negative side rather than the positive side. For this election, I mean, we have seen so many upsets where incumbent governors, were being overpowered by the people.
Yeah.
Take, for instance, Zamfara. I mean, in Zamfara, a governor has been actually, an incumbent governor has been, unseated. I think the Beavers has actually done something. So one of the lessons is we should not always at every point in time, amplify the next effect of any new introduction. And then secondly, I think the other lesson is in democracy, the majority will have their way, while the minority will have their say. As far as this Nigeria is concerned, we have the northern and then we have the southern. As far as I'm concerned, the southerners happen to be more at this moment. They seem to be more divided. Where we are seeing where the southwest is, not happy with the south, and vice versa. We're not saying that is not. So we need to understand that in democracy, the majority will always have their way. And as far as this election was concerned, it was the Northerners that decided who we matched. So at the end of the day, the game of election in democracy is all about majority. I understand most of the Southerners are elite, most of them are online, and we are so bitter that Obi did not win. But we forgot to ask ourselves the question that, come on, Obi did not win in the corner. That is where everything was finally decided. And then lastly, I mean, there are so many things there are many things whereby we did not experience humongous vote scandals. So they are now looking kind of abnormal to us. Like for instance, we know that in maybe a place like Katsina, maybe a place like Rivers State, will be having votes of 2 million, 3 million. Look at what they had. Look at what similarly actually, Hamas, I think it's even less than 400,000. So I think the technology has really done its own part. But we just hope that we keep improving on that going forward. While for those who are actually going out there, clearing their passport, I think it's a shame. It's a shame on them. It's actually in a country that actually works. Sure, the government will penalize them for that. But we know in Nigeria, our government are so lenient, so nothing will actually happen to them. But I believe that this country, in the next...
Oh, sorry, we lost him due to the network.
Mr. Samson, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate your contribution. Mr. Principal dropped a comment here. He said the hypocrisy is that the same people that told us to go back to our villages celebrate their citizenship in America and post online. Americans never tell them to go back home. He mentioned a name, MC Olomo Kids, for example, he said.
Wow. Okay, quickly we're coming to the end of the program today. Thank you all for always joining us and always being part of the program. Thank you all. You can keep on liking, you can keep on smashing the like button. Thank you everyone for joining us, for commenting, for liking, for always being part of the program. We've talked about so many things, from our highlight of the governorship and presidential election to the lessons learned and the way forward. I think Nigerians should not lose hope. And then even for the subsequent election, they should still keep their permanent voters card. And we've looked at majority of the downlines, of the negatives of the election, but we can still as well take something from the positives as well. You know, the advent of technology that they actually brought in. Technology would have worked perfectly if the system had allowed it. So now, if Nigeria actually have a perfect system, the technology would work well. So we can say that we can use that as the positive side of the election, though it wasn't really allowed to, you know, really function fully like that. But we can't just talk about the negative and not, you know, touch something about the positive, even if it is, you know, 70-30 or 40-60. You know, the fact that it's still present there, we shouldn't just neglect it. So
yeah, and for the fact that we had like a good number of women who won some positions, also a good one, because you know, before now they tell us that we women we belong to the kitchen, and we must not come out to speak where men are, and we also belong to the other room, you know. And it's I don't understand, like the other room is not just women that are there, both male and female, they also go to the other room, you know, if you know what I mean. You know, what? Yes, they do. Not just the female.
First. Maybe let's arrange it hierarchically. The first is the other room. Second one is the kitchen. The third one will be the seat of power.
You know, let me not say that you guys are selfish sometimes. You know, but it's a good thing. We have a 26-year-old young lady becoming a state, winning a state House of Assembly election in Kwara State. We also have a Labour Party candidate who won the House of Rep in Abuja. A woman unseated, Philip Aduda, who has been there for a good number of years.
About 20 years. I think about 20 years or so.
Wow, remarkable. How old was I? 20. My goodness.
That means that woman would be in her teenage time.
As at that time.
As at that time, the man became, you know.
You never can tell. We don't even know how old she is. She's not a small girl either.
Okay, all right. We've come to the end of the program today. You can do
so yes, as we are ending the program, please let's allow women to get involved in politics. We are organizers.
Yeah.
You know, women know how to put things in order. If a woman can build a home, she can build a nation.
Yeah.
Honestly, people should not underrate us. I don't think we find it comfortable staying in that zone. You know.
But you know, if we can, you know, even we can't say women are actually better than men or something. I think,
I'm not saying
I think when it comes to governance, we have to put them on the same level.
But then when it comes to taking care of home, you now
if we're talking about women, if we're talking about women, you see someone like Madueke, Alison Madueke, you know, there are a lot of big issues going on about, you know, money laundering scandal.
You're being
EFCC.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we don't run away. No, now on the good part, Dora Quinley, people like Dora Quinley, like what was her name, Okonjo Iweala. You know, they are making us proud. She's women.
Thank you.
So
and
we have to talk
in your
about.
Life, you say the truth. it's good. All right, thank you so much for being part of our program today. Till we meet you tomorrow, same time. I am Gladys Alize.
And I'm Olajide Taufik Olamide. We are coming back for more news updates. Bye for now.